Hope can be a powerful force. Maybe there's no actual magic in it. But when you know that you hope for most and hold it like a light within you, you can make things happen almost like magic. Students, these were the words by Laini Taylor. And these words fit perfectly in today's condition. So, welcome to you all on the online classes with Tripti Sharma. Today, our class is for Standard 7. It is our English grammar class, and our topic is parts of sentences. In this lesson, we shall study about a sentence and its parts. What is subject, what is predicate, how to remember the difference, practice time, a sentence without a subject, there is not the subject. Did you know? Let's find the subject, revision time. What is practice? It is a revision work and then assignment. Before studying about the parts of a sentence, we shall revise the definition of a sentence. A sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. A sentence has two parts, subject and predicate. Now the question rises in the mind, what is a subject? A subject is the person or thing that is doing an action. Or in short, we can say that a subject is the doer. Another definition of the subject is the subject tells who or what the sentence is about. For example, the cat is sleeping in the sun. In this sentence, the cat is the subject because the sentence is telling something about the cat. Another part of the sentence is predicate. Children, we can compare the predicate with a naughty child in the class. What does a naughty child do in the class? He disturbs the class. So the teacher makes him sit near to her. Now, instead of studying, he starts keeping an eye on others and making their complaints. As the naughty child only sees what others are doing, in the same way, predicate tells what the subject is doing. Let's take the same example that we discussed while studying about subject. The cat is sleeping in the sun. In this sentence, the predicate is sleeping in the sun because it is dictating what the cat is doing. Remember, the cat is the subject. Now the question comes, how to remember the difference between subject and predicate? We know that subject is called the doer in the sentence, or we can that subject is the person or thing that is doing an action, and predicate is the part of a sentence that tells what the subject is doing. So here we have an explanation how to remember the difference between the subject and the predicate. For this, we have to follow few steps. First, we shall find out the verb of the sentence. And then we will make a question by placing who or what before it. So again we shall use the same example. The cat is sleeping in the sun. In this sentence, verb is is sleeping. Now we will ask a question. So the question will be, who is sleeping? And answer comes, the cat. Hence, the cat is the subject. Students, here you will have to note one thing, that the subject will be a noun or a pronoun. Now it's practice time. Students, you can see a sentence on your screens. Samik and his dog run on the beach every evening. Students, we will follow the same steps. So first, find out verb in the sentence. So what is the verb here? Run. Now we will ask a question by placing who or what before the verb. Who or what run on the beach every evening? Answer comes, Samik and his dog. So Samik and his dog is the subject. Dear students, now you have to find out a subject in a sentence without a subject. Oh no, it is not a joke. It's a fact. There are such sentences that we use. Actually, students, in some sentences, subjects are not named but understood. For example, sit in the car. This example is given on the screen. The sentence sit in the car begins with the verb sit, and there is no subject. We know the subject is either a noun or a pronoun, but the sentence begins with a verb. So children, in this sentence, the speaker is giving a command to another person and might have said, you sit in the car. And so we assume that the subject is you. There is one more example on your screen. There are some napkins kept in the holder. And now you have to find out the subject in the sentence. So how can we find the subject here? We will follow the same steps that we discussed earlier. What is the first step? Find out the verb. So what is verb in this sentence? Are. So after finding out the verb, we will make a question by placing who or what before the verb. So the question will be, who or what are kept in the holder? Actually, children, napkins are non-living things. So we will use what. What are kept in the holder? And the answer will be some napkins. Yes, so some napkins is the subject here. But here, children, I want to share that usually students get confused while finding out a subject in the sentence that begins with there. So always remember, there is not the subject, and to find out the subject we always have to follow same steps. Find out verbs, then make a question by placing who or what before it, and what the answer comes will be the subject. Students, here we will see an interesting fact. Usually, the subject comes first in a sentence, but occasionally, subject is put after the predicate. Isn't it interesting? Now, let's see some examples. Here comes the bus. On the top of the hill lives a hermit. But the method of finding out a subject in the sentence is same. We will first find out the verb. Then we will ask a question with what or who by placing it before the verb. So let's see the first example. Here comes the bus. Verb is comes. Question is who or what comes? And the answer is the bus. So the bus is the subject. Now let's see the second example. On the top of the hill lives a hermit. Verb is lives. So who lives on the top of the hill? Answer is a hermit. So a hermit is the subject. Now it's practice time. You have to find out subjects in the sentences given here. First sentence is, my little brother broke his finger. Let's follow the same steps that we discussed. What is the verb? Broke. Broke is the verb. Now we will make a question by placing who or what before the verb. So who broke his finger? Answer is my little brother. So subject is my little brother. In this way you will find out subjects in all other sentences as well. The sentences are, his uncle Bob asked for directions. We follow all the guidelines. The sun was shining brightly. You don't have to wait for me. How the people crowd the station. Look out for that sharp turn at the foot of the hill. Now among these sentences, see the second last one. How the people crowd the station. It is an interrogative sentence and you may find it little difficult. So students, again we will follow the same steps. We will find out verb. What is verb in this sentence? Yes, verb is crowd. Again, make question by placing who or what before the verb. Who crowd the station? Answer comes the people. So the subject is the people. Now students, we have studied about the subject and how to find out a subject in a sentence. So let's revise it. What is the subject? Yes, we all know. The subject is the doer in the sentence, or a subject is the person or thing that does an action in the sentence. So now what are the steps to find out a subject? Very good. What will we do first? Yes, we will find out the verb, and then second step, yes, we will make a question by placing who or what before it. So there is a sentence on the screen. The cow is grazing in the sun. Yes, what is the verb? Yes, very good, very good. It is grazing. Now second step, to make, we will make a question. Who or what is grazing in the sun? The answer comes the cow. Very good. The cow is the subject because the sentence is telling something about the cow. Now students, we know a sentence has two parts, subject and predicate. We studied about subject and how to decide a subject in a sentence. We also studied what a predicate is. But let's have some more explanation. We know that predicate is the part that states something about the subject. Here students, we must remember that a predicate has two things. First, a predicate contains a verb, and secondly, it states something about the subject. I want to remind you one thing here. While discussing about predicate, we compared predicate with a naughty child. That a naughty child always disturbs the class, and when the teacher makes him sit near her, he, instead of focusing on his study, starts keeping an eye on others and making their complaints. As the naughty child only sees what others are doing, same is the behavior of predicate. It only tells what the subject is doing. So there is an example on the screen. The gardener is watering the plants in the garden. Here we will follow the same steps. First, find out verb. Very good. Verb is watering. Now, is watering the plants in the garden is the predicate because it is dictating what the gardener means the subject is doing. Self-assessment is the first step to all assessments. So students, the assignment given here will help you to assess your learning. So let's start. The first exercise is choose the correct option. There are two questions on the screen. Actually, there are two sentences which you have to complete with the help of options given there. First is, every sentence has two parts and you have to write the name of the two parts of the sentence. The second is the part which tells us something about the subject is called, and you have to decide the correct answer out of the three options: subject, predicate and phrase. Exercise B asks you to separate the subject and the predicate in the given sentences. This exercise consists 10 sentences. Students, read all the sentences carefully and separate the subject and predicate. The sentences are: my friend is arriving tomorrow. He shot a rose into the air. The milk has turned sour. Slow and steady wins the race. She has a good memory. The earth revolves round the sun. My brother enjoys playing football. All roads lead to Rome. Tokyo is the capital of Japan. This book is easy to read. In this exercise, students, you have to add suitable subjects to the predicates. First is celebrated by our school every year. Second, fly in the air. Third, was appointed the monitor of a class. Fourth, wins the race. Fifth, is the highest mountain in the world. Sixth is rises in the east. Seventh, examines the patients. Eighth, teaches the students. Ninth, sells fruit and vegetables. And the last sentence of this exercise is smells sweet. In the previous exercise, you were asked to supply subjects to predicates. Here, you have to supply suitable predicates to the subjects. The subjects in this exercise are: first, the boy standing in the corner. Second, my father. Third, her mother and father. Fourth, the sky. Fifth, the most intelligent girl in the class. Sixth, the earth. Seventh, all the children of our school. Eighth, the moon. Ninth, the sun. And last is the shortest month of the year. And the last exercise of the assignment is to match the subjects in column A with suitable predicates in column B. Students, go through this exercise carefully and do it. Students, note one thing, that you have to do all the exercises in your notebooks. Watch the video again and again to get a better understanding of the topic. Very soon we shall be together with part 2 of the same topic. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe, and keep learning.